Star Wars fans, welcome back to another video from All Things Star Wars Considered. As always, I'm your host Doug, and before we get started, I just want to thank everybody for the continued support of the channel. I've been noticing I've been picking up a bunch more subscriptions. I'm getting a lot more comments. I'm getting a lot more positive feedback. I love it. I love hearing it. I love hearing from you guys. So keep it coming. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button so I can continue to bring you that valuable Star Wars content. And today, we're going to get into more figure reviews. This figure review that I'm going to be doing today focuses on the Holy Trinity. Now, what's the Holy Trinity, you might ask? Well, it might vary from collector to collector, but for me, the Holy Trinity is my three most valuable and rare figures in my collection. I mean, somebody could have a double telescoping Luke Skywalker as their Holy Trinity. Unfortunately, I don't have that figure, so I just gave away that Luke is not one of the Holy Trinities in my collection. In case you're also wondering, no rocket firing Boba Fett. I have the Hasbro one that kind of looks the part, but yeah, it's probably worth about 50 to 100 bucks. If I had an original rocket firing Fett, what would that cost me? What would that be worth? Probably about $50,000-$60,000, maybe more. I don't know. I've lost track at this point, but it's up there. So no, those are two spoilers. Boba's not on there, and neither is a telescoping Luke. So, based on that, can you think of what the Holy Trinity in my collection is? Stay tuned. Check them out. And here he is, the first figure of the Holy Trinity that I just mentioned. Now, I'm going to put these in order of my likes. Now, by me saying that Snaggletooth is number 3, that doesn't mean that I don't love the figure and that it's not one of my favorites. It is. It's just he's number 3 in the list. Quick backstory. Obviously, back in the day, they didn't have a lot of reference materials for this figure. They didn't have a lot of reference material for a lot of the figures. So a lot of the figures that came through were grossly misrepresented. Sometimes they were just given head and shoulder shots. So initially, this figure was came through with a blue jumpsuit and silver go-go boots. He was a lot taller in stature. They ended up figuring out later on that he was a lot smaller, had furry feet, and was a lot shorter. There he is. There's the original the general release Snaggletooth. Back over to the real version. Actually, the red Snaggletooth is the real version. This one is not quite rare, but a little on the rarer side because he came in the Sears Cantina Adventure set. In that set, it was this figure, it was Greedo, it was Hammerhead, and it was Walrus Man. It was a cardboard backdrop and a cardboard base that had plastic foot pegs that inserted into the base. And it was just a way for you to kind of display the figures. Nothing spectacular about it, but it was still kind of cool for its time. And this Snaggletooth came in that particular box. He never came carded. Later on, like I said, this version came on a card back. That was considered the correct version of Snaggletooth. So, this figure, I want to say I picked up for about $75 to $80 on eBay quite a few years back. I think I would have had to have paid a little bit more for him, but I don't know if you can see it, but in the chest cavity, there's some stress cracks, and you see some discoloration of the plastic, and because of that, and for that alone, that makes this a non-mint figure. So because of that, that's why I got him for the 75 or 80 bucks. I still love having him in my collection, and I still consider him part of the Holy Trinity. Number 2, coming up. Who will it be? I'm sure you guys figured it out that Yakface would be number 2. Maybe not. Maybe you did. But in any event, yes, Yakface is number 2 on my list of the Holy Trinity. Little backstory about Yak is that he was never released in the United States. He only came on a tri-logo card. So a lot of times when I say the final 17, sometimes I don't even include him. I just say he's the final one, because he never came on a Jedi card and he never came on a Power of the Force card, just on a tri-logo card. So here he is in all his glory. I got him at a toy convention in Auburn, Massachusetts. I can't even tell you when, probably back in the early 90s, maybe 91, 92. And I got him for the bargain basement price of $100. Needless to say, I was none too pleased to pay that kind of money for an action figure that was worth about $3. But I was hot and heavy on this collection. I wanted to complete the collection, and I wanted this figure, so I was willing to part with the 100 to get him. Looking back now, I'm very glad that I did, because he's gone up in value substantially. Now, I think the last time I was at the Toy Vault in West Warwick, Rhode Island, he was there for $685. So needless to say, he has increased in value quite a bit. So I'm glad I secured him. We're on to number 1. Do we do a drum roll? I don't know. Does anybody have an idea what it's going to be? I don't know. I guess you're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Check them out. Roll, please. And the all-time favorite Holy Trinity figure is, yes, you guessed it, the Vinyl Cape Jawa. Now, for people that know me quite well, I'm sure they probably realized that this was going to be number 1. Obviously, the Jawa is my favorite figure, so why wouldn't the Vinyl Cape Jawa be my Holy Trinity favorite figure? I guess it was a no-brainer. I am thrilled to have this figure in my collection. Let's give a quick little backstory on it. Back in the day when I was researching and trying to figure out how I could acquire a Vinyl Cape Jawa, it suddenly became apparent that I wasn't going to be able to get one carded. They just were too much money. I just didn't have the money to be able to do that. So I said, I don't care, because none of my figures are carded anyways. So I'm like, I can get a loose figure, but I need to make sure that it's real, and I don't mind what I spend on it. So I reached out to a bunch of people in the hobby that were experts. I asked them how I could go about securing one, getting one, making sure it was authentic. A bunch of them referred me to a guy in Germany who was selling this one. I got this one for close to $200. He came figure, gun, cape, and the original card back. The bubble was torn off, but the card was unpunched and still had the original proof of purchase on it. So it was quite a great score for $200. I think if I had to purchase him again today, it would probably cost me somewhere around $2,000 to $3,000. So I got this figure, all 2.25 inches of him, for the bargain price of $200. So there you have it, Star Wars fans. The Jawa, my all-time favorite Holy Trinity figure. It's like the when they're giving out the gold medal at the Olympics. Okay, getting the bronze, blue Snaggletooth. Getting the silver, Yakface. And obviously the gold medal goes to the Vinyl Cape Jawa. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Well, I'm sure a lot of you probably expected those 3. I mean, those are probably the 3 most attainable. The Jawa's a little bit high-priced, and he's not always readily available. I mean, he's definitely, you can definitely pick him up, but the cost has gone up. So that one probably, is kind of a wild card there. But I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for your continued support of the channel. I'm very appreciative of the subscribers I've picked up. I'm appreciative of all the comments I've gotten. They've all been just so genuine and kind, and that's what this community is supposed to be. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos lately, and people are hating and saying bad things to people, and I'm not starting this channel for any of that. I want to just share my knowledge of the franchise, of the hobby, with the collecting community. you know, some people just like Hasbro. Some people just like Kenner. Some people hate repros. Some people love repros. At the end of the day, it's toys, and I just want everybody to enjoy them. It's your collection, not mine. If you have a collection, whatever you want in it is your call, not mine. So if you want to put in repro, put in repro. If you don't like repro, don't put in repro. If you like Kenner, awesome. I love Kenner. If you put in Hasbro, I got no problem with that either. I love Hasbro. You know, if you want to do Stan Solo, if you want to do Funky McClunky, if you want to do any of those, if it makes you happy and you enjoy your collection because of it, then I say go for it. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, thank you for all the support, the love. Keep the subscriptions coming. Keep the comments coming. Keep the likes coming. If you haven't done so, please give me a click the subscribe button so I can continue to bring you the content that I've been bringing you. Make it a great day. Have a great one. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next video. And as always, may the force be with you. No droids were hurt in the filming of this video. Thanks for watching.